Hi guys, welcome to B&C Senior Adventures. Today our adventure is going to start right here in my house. Yep, the adventure starts here. And just so you know, adventures aren't just outside, they're everywhere. And when you're a senior citizen and you're retired, guess what? That's right here in your house. That's where it starts every morning when you wake up. So today, what I thought we would look at is one of my hobbies. I'm a fish keeper. So I have aquariums. And right now, I've got 3 of them set up. I've got 2 30 gallons and 1 10 gallon. And then I have a 20 gallon that I can set up if I'd like to. But I have a 5 gallon, that's my hospital tank. Now we'll get into that stuff. But right now, let me just show you what my tanks look like and who's there. And I'll give you a little introduction on what it's all about to being in the fish hobby. So, let's get things turned around and check out the fish. So we're going to start out with my top 30 gallon, and it's not my top, it's just on the top shelf. So that's what I meant by top. And inside, I've got a few fish in there. I've got some mollies, some platies, some pearl danios, some cory cats. I have 1 black molly, and unfortunately I had about a dozen. That's not right. It's not a black molly. It's a black tetra. I got mollies on my mind. I don't know why, but I do. Hey, maybe because it's my granddaughter's name. I don't know. But anyway, I've got 1 black tetra, and yeah, I did have about a dozen, but they didn't survive, unfortunately. That was at the beginning of my hobby, and we can talk about that in another video. But anyway, this is my 29 gallon. As you can see where the bubbles are coming up in the back, I have 2 sponge filters. Now you really don't need 2 sponge filters in a 29 gallon aquarium, but I run 2 along with a hang on the back. And yeah, you could probably say it's overkill as far as filtration, but there's a reason, and one of those reasons are if I have to make up a hospital tank or I need to make up another tank real quick. The sponge filters house beneficial bacteria, which means I don't have to go through a cycle in order to get the tank ready. And a cycle is a crucial part of fish keeping. Without having your aquarium cycled, your fish are more than likely not going to survive, because you have to make sure that your nitrites, nitrates, ammonia, pH levels, all that stuff is in a good range. And honestly, ammonia, the best range for that is 0. So keep that in mind. There is a few things that you have to know when you're keeping fish. But let me take you to where all this started. And this is on the bottom. This is fishy. And fishy is a common goldfish. Yep, 39, maybe 37 cents when I bought him. Oh, I'm going to say 2.5 years ago. He was probably maybe an inch and a half long, and nowhere near the girth that this guy has. But anyway, the wife decided, hey, you know what, we should go out and buy a fish for our granddaughter. So yeah, we packed up the wife and our granddaughter Molly, went off to Petco, bought ourselves a 37-cent goldfish. Well, the story behind the goldfish didn't cost just 37 cents. By the time we were done buying all the stuff to keep this goldfish, it was about 50 bucks. And the sad part about it was we had no clue what we were doing. This was on a whim. And needless to say, that whim turned into, I don't want to say a big hobby, but some people come in my house and go, wow, you got this many tanks? Isn't that hard to keep track of? No, not really. But it did turn into be a nice hobby. And I started watching YouTube videos on fish keeping. And I learned a whole lot. You know, like with this aquarium. You can see in the back there that there's some algae growing on the wall or the back glass. Now the reason why I keep that there is it's beneficial for the aquarium. It doesn't hurt the aquarium. It doesn't hurt the fish. As a matter of fact, a lot of fish eat algae. And it houses beneficial bacteria, which is one of the number one things when it comes to keeping a good cycled aquarium. Now in this aquarium, yes, I'm running 2 sponge filters, as you can see. And I've got an air stone. Well, I put an air stone in all my aquariums. And I have another hang on the back filter. But the plants in here are fake. Main reason, this guy. He loves to tear things up. I mean, you put real plants in with a goldfish and they're not going to be around very long. They sift through the gravel, they spit stuff out, they dig up the plants in there, you know, and they make their home their own. So it's a bit of a challenge, you know. Now with these aquariums, I test the water, you know, to make sure that all the parameters are good. And then I'll do water changes about once every 12 to 14 days. I'll clean the filters. I'm going to say once a month, but I don't clean them all at the same time. Because there is such a thing as too clean. If you clean an aquarium too well, and I mean taking everything out, scrubbing it down, you're killing a lot of the beneficial bacteria, and that could upset the ecosystem in your aquarium, meaning that it could kill the cycle, and then you have to start all over again. And let me tell you, getting your tank cycled takes a while. It could take, depending on how you do it, anywhere up to 2 weeks to 2 months. And like I said, it all depends on how you do it. One way you don't want to do it is using live fish, because that stresses them out big time, and it also can kill them. Now I look at my fish as, these are my pets. These are my guys, you know, and gals. You know, even with Fishy down here. I don't know if it's a he or a she, but that's Fishy. And as far as we're concerned, it's a he. So let me take you over and show you my 10-gallon. And I got a little story to show you. I got a little story to tell you about what I found this morning when I got up. So we'll be right back with the 10-gallon. So this is my 10-gallon aquarium. And in here, we have some platies and some guppies. Now, if you see this guy in the back here, kind of laying down, he's coming towards the camera now. He decided, for some unknown reason, to get stuck in this fake plant. And I found him there this morning, stuck inside. Now I'm thinking, well, he's still moving, so he's still alive, so we got him out of there. And trust me, he or she didn't look too healthy. And as you can see, that little guy right back there, still on the mends. And I'm just hoping that that little guy survives it. The tail looks a little bit bent, or the back fin anyway. So let's just keep our fingers crossed. But anyway, this is my 10 gallon. And I've got natural gravel in there, which means I went to Home Depot and I bought a bag of pea gravel. I think it was a 50-pound or 25-pound bag for like $3, which is a steal if you compare what you'd buy or spend at a pet store. You can buy the same kind of gravel and you're not going to get 25 or 50 pounds for $3. You're going to get about 5 pounds for about $8. Yeah. So in this tank, you can see that I do have some driftwood in there, which helps with the decor. Let's just say that, the decor. And I have a large sponge filter in this aquarium, along with the hang-on back. But the reason why I only have one sponge filter in here is because it's a small tank. 10 gallons isn't very big, but it's not that small either. So I just went with the one sponge filter, but it's a large sponge filter. You know. And these guys are thriving. They're doing real good. They've been in here for a while. As a matter of fact, when I put these guys in here, they were itty-bitty babies. Yeah, these are babies from the other tank. But these guys are getting big enough now that I can move them into the other tank when the other guys start having babies again, and I can put them in here. So that's a little rundown about my hobby here at home, one of my hobbies. And I just thought I'd share that with you. You know, like I said, being retired is like being on, I don't know, a permanent adventure. And like I said, adventures aren't just going out and traveling. So that's a little bit of a rundown on a few of my hobbies, you know, one of the hobbies that I have in my house. And like I said a little bit ago, you know, an adventure is what you make of it. You know, what you want to do, how you want to live. So even though I live in a condo and I've been here 31 years, it's a long time. Trust me, I never thought I'd last. When I first moved in here, it was almost like, geez, I don't know if I can live here. I owned a truck, and one of the rules was you can't park a truck in the parking lot overnight. It's like, you got to be kidding me. It's my vehicle. That's how I get back and forth to work, support myself. And I can't even park in my own parking lot? Yeah, that's the rules. So I ended up having to park on the street. But, you know, along with that rule and a ton of others, yeah, we thought about moving. You know, we looked at buying a house and stuff like this, but then we kind of decided, well, do you really want to have the headaches of cutting the grass, shoveling snow, the maintenance, the repairs, you know? And it's like, honestly, no. So what did we do? We went out and we bought 3 apartment buildings. Oh yeah, talk about a slick move. Yeah, we decided, we're not going to buy ourselves a another house, we're just going to buy 3 apartment buildings. So then it turned out, oh, now I got 3 things to take care of, where before I only had none because I live in a condo. But, you know, that's a story for another video. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching and subscribe. You know, that's one thing I really would like people to do. Subscribe to my channel. You know, I'm not going to be doing the Patreon thing. You know, I'm not doing this for money or anything. I'm just doing this for fun. Basically, it's another hobby, you know, that I'm taking up. And I just want to share, you know, my hobbies with you. So subscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. I'll go for either one because I haven't had any yet, you know. And hey, comment below, you know, let me know what you think.